OTA graduates, we're going to go ahead and start our pinning ceremony after this photo gets taken here in the back. Welcome, you guys. We're so excited to have you here. This is our second pinning we've done for the OTA program, our first live pinning we've done. So we're really excited for you guys. I wanted to give you a little history on pinning. Pinning was started actually by Florence Nightingale in the 1860s. And in 1916, it was opened up to all healthcare professionals to receive a pin, and the pinning represents the hard work and commitment you've made in getting through your program. And we congratulate you to the field of OT as colleagues and friends. And so that's just what the pinning ceremony is. So we're just going to go ahead and go through the ceremony. And we will start with Jackie. She's going to give a little history of occupational therapy. Then Ashley will follow, and she will give the AOTA new practitioner pledge, and then we will go from there. Thank you.
Congratulations, you guys. This is so exciting. There's no light here. Oh boy. So let me tell you a little bit about OT that you probably learned and then forgot. All right, in the 1970s, people suffering from mental illness were often considered a threat to society, and they were imprisoned or hidden away. In the late 1970s, and by that I meant 1700s. Okay, sorry about that. Y'all are really confused now. All right. 1700s, I cannot see my paper. In the late 1700s, during the moral treatment era, revolutionaries worked to reform hospital systems, and instead of using metal chains and restraints for the mentally ill, asylums were developed to provide safe spaces where the mentally ill could freely engage in meaningful occupations. This was the time when greater understanding was found on how beneficial work and engagement could be. The arts and crafts movement that took place between 1860 and 1910 also impacted occupational therapy. Arts and crafts were often used to promote learning through doing, providing a creative outlet, and serving to avoid boredom during long hospital stays. This was especially seen during World War I, as occupational therapy played a vital role in the rehabilitation of wounded soldiers. In the 1800s, the benefit of occupational engagement was understood more and more. Activities of daily living and instrumental activities of daily living were encouraged alongside arts and crafts. William Rush Dunton Jr., also known as the father of occupational therapy, was a strong advocate for occupational engagement and eventually formed the National Society for Promotion of Occupational Therapy, the NSPOT, we now know as AOTA, the American Occupational Therapy Association. Occupational therapy didn't fit neatly into the medical model of the time. Instead, copying the approach of other disciplines, occupational therapy pulled from many different places to develop the most beneficial way to functionally help patients. This involved aspects of physical therapy, nursing, social work, psychiatry, orthopedics, and more. Occupational therapy stood out as a unique and holistic practice. Eleanor Clark Slagle is considered the mother of occupational therapy. She was one of the founding members of the NSPOT, or AOTA, as we now know it. She proposed habit training as a primary occupational therapy model of treatment. This philosophy is based on the idea that engaging in meaningful routines shape a person's well-being. Habit training focused on creating structure and balance between work, rest, and leisure. The tenets of this model are still widely used today. In 1915, Slagle opened the very first school for occupational therapy, the Henry B. Favell School of Occupations in Chicago. She went on to serve as the AOTA president. In 1954, AOTA created the Eleanor Clark Slagle Lectureship Award in her honor to recognize AOTA members who creatively contribute to the development of the body of knowledge of the profession through research, education, and clinical practice. May you reflect on AOTA's 2025 vision as you enter this noble profession. As an inclusive profession, occupational therapy maximizes health, well-being, and quality of life for all people, populations, and communities through effective solutions that facilitate participation in everyday living. Thank you.
Hello. First, I would like to congratulate you. I am thrilled to see each one of you here. As an academic fieldwork coordinator, I have the honor of watching all of you grow through your fieldwork experience. And so I want to thank you for selecting us, sorry about that, choosing us to be your partners in your growth as students. I have learned a lot from each of you. We want to challenge you to take the American Occupational Therapy Association's new practitioner pledge for Vision 2025. The pledge reads, and I quote, "As an inclusive profession, occupational therapy maximizes health, well-being, and quality of life for all people, populations, and communities through effective solutions that facilitate participation in everyday living," end quote. When you take the pledge, you show your commitment to AOTA's Vision 2025 and your eagerness to be a lifelong learner in the field of occupational therapy. So we invite you to go to AOTA.org and take the pledge with us. And now OTA faculty Taylor Hoyt will call you individually to receive your pin. You can enter on the stage on this side, and one of us will pin you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Taylor Hoyt. I am OTA faculty, and I don't know this cohort very well, but I'm so excited for you, and congratulations. I'm going to call your names, and as you come up, just read a little bit about what your fieldwork educators had to say about you. Okay, so we'll start with Shayla Locke. So Shayla's fieldwork educator had to say, Shayla has a unique ability to put a creative and client-centered treatment session in action and connect with her clients early on. We are always confident in Shayla's treatment planning and ethical standards. Don't lose your shine, Shayla. Our profession thrives on it. Okay, thank you. Let's see, Jennifer Waldrop. Yay. This says, if I ever pass away, I don't want anyone but Jennifer to fill my place. She is a very enthusiastic OTA student. That compliment is rarely given to students from fieldwork educators. Jennifer will be an incredible OTA. All right. Randon Watkins. We have been working with a client for years and have never been able to get the client to engage. Randon, as a fieldwork student, was able to connect and build rapport with this client and was able to help him achieve goals. The OT team at the facility had never seen anything like that. Well done, Randon. Next is Megan Allen. Megan's fieldwork educator has said, clients and patients love Megan, capital L-O-V-E, love Megan. She is always willing to be flexible and do whatever it takes to help the client. I have been very impressed with Megan's personable conversations with patients. She has incredible soft skills as a student. We are so proud of Megan and know she will go far in her career. And finally, Sarah Lewis. Sarah's fieldwork educator says, this is a difficult student placement and many students struggle here. Sarah has outshined other students in her ability to take initiative with clients and rise to challenges at any cost. She will be an excellent OTA. Give them one more round of applause and congratulations, you guys.
Will the graduates please stand? And we're going to read the pledge together. I'm going to come over here so I'm a little closer to you guys. All right. So, follow me. Reverently
And earnestly do I pledge my wholehearted service in aiding those experiencing occupational limitations, that my work may be successful as if a long life learner. I will strive for greater knowledge, skill, and understanding in the discharge of my duties in whatsoever role I embrace. I solemnly declare that I will hold and keep sacred whatever I may learn about the individuals I help. In embracing the responsibilities of working with persons of diverse backgrounds, I will uphold a person's right to self-determination and participation in occupations. I will always endeavor to provide quality care. I pledge from this day forth to forever practice ethically, compassionately, and hope for patience, gentleness, and understanding in all therapeutic relationships.
Congratulations, you guys. I just want to say one more time formally, congratulations. You guys worked so hard. We were so happy to have you on this journey, and we're so happy to be your colleagues in occupational therapy. Congratulations.
The faculty and students, you can be seated, please. Good evening. I'm Dr. Ray Rodriguez. I'm the Chief Academic Officer of Ameritech College. Welcome, graduates, family, friends, and supporters of Ameritech graduates, to the commencement ceremony for Ameritech College of Healthcare. The last time I did this, it was a virtual graduation, which was me speaking to a red light and 6 people in a room all wearing masks. So it felt more like a hold-up than a celebration and graduation. Before we begin the festivities, there's an obligatory thing that chief academic officers are supposed to say. I'm supposed to ask everyone to hold their applause until the end. I've been to enough of these things that I know that's not going to happen, right? So in the spirit of congratulations, I encourage you to be loud, vocal, but brief, okay? But before we start the festivities here, I'd like to acknowledge the following groups. Active duty military and fellow veterans, thank you for your service. I'd like to thank the faculty who worked so very hard to get you to this point. And I'd also like to thank the unsung heroes of Ameritech, the staff that supports the academic function of the institution. So a round of applause for them too, please. I'm delighted to be here with you today. Commencement is truly my favorite aspect of being an academic administrator and professor. It's my opportunity to acknowledge your hard work and celebrate your accomplishments. It reinvigorates me every time. And I always look forward to looking for the looks of satisfaction and joy on the faces of the graduates, well earned. And I'm especially grateful to be here for this commencement ceremony as it comes to the tail end of a global pandemic that's claimed almost 600,000 American lives. Frontline healthcare workers, including many of you who work so diligently and bravely with local government and healthcare facilities, have proven to be true American heroes. Many sacrificed their health and lives providing needed healthcare during this tragic period. I have no doubt, given the hard work and dedication you exhibit every single day, that you will follow in the great tradition of those that came before you. You see, I'm convinced that you are the future because only bright, educated, committed, decent people can show us the way, and we're counting on you. I applaud your courage. You see, many of us were fearful in our programs. We asked ourselves, is this too hard? Do I have what it takes? Am I smart enough? Can I persevere? You see, fear is an instinct. Courage is a choice. The courage to persevere, the courage to overcome, the courage to believe in yourself, and the courage to prove to every person that ever doubted you that they were wrong. Being here today, celebrating your success in a difficult educational program that is committed to serving the health needs of your patients and community and sacrificing to get here, particularly in this COVID pandemic environment, it's a testament to your greatness. Because you see, greatness is measured by commitment, perseverance, and service to others. I'm proud of you, and you have every right to be proud of yourselves. So, one more time, please give yourself a round of applause. The program today will go as follows. We'll have the introduction of our graduate speakers provided by members of our faculty and academic staff. In addition to our graduation speakers, we will have a few graduate videos. Dr. Harper, Michelle, would you please do the honors here? Introduction to the speakers. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. We're going to try to make this short and really, really sweet. And so you get to hear from some peers and on their thoughts, and I get to introduce them. So I feel really lucky to be able to have this opportunity. The first speaker to introduce is Nicole Barber. She is... No pressure, right? Right? She is representing all of those that are obtaining an Associate of Science in Nursing degree today. And this is her introduction, which I love. She says, "My name is Nicole Barber, and after dreaming of becoming a nurse for about 22 years, I can finally say I am a registered nurse. That feels miraculous. Surreal and frightening, all wrapped up into one giant emotional bomb. Just want to send out a little warning for anyone who is around when the timer runs out on that one. Sorry, babe," she says. "I want to say thank you to my amazing husband, parents-in-laws, and friends. I am so blessed and have been so spoiled and would not have been able to make it to this point without you. Heaven knew exactly what I needed to survive nursing school and made sure that I got it. I'm a mom to 5 who I love and cherish. But after nursing school with this incredible cohort, some could say that I've picked up an extra 100 or so grown children. Some will say I'm a natural mother or leader. Others will say I'm bossy, know-it-all. Both perspectives are probably accurate. In a recent job interview, I was asked, what does the phrase, I am the patient experience, mean to you? I honestly can't remember what I said. I think I rambled about how even a single positive or negative interaction with a nurse can leave a lasting impact on a patient. But this question stuck with me long after the interview ended, so much so that I wanted to take a moment to discuss this with you. In 2006, my little sister Jenna was diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma, a very rare type of pediatric cancer. It grows in the tissues surrounding the bones. It normally grows in the legs or pelvis and usually has a high cure rate. But Jenna's was in her thoracic cavity between her ribs and in her spinal column, and it was about the size of a grapefruit. The location of the tumor meant all the cancerous cells could not be surgically removed without damaging her spinal cord. Jenna needed multiple surgeries, radiation and chemotherapy treatments, all of which she did with our mother, a nurse, by her side. My mom and sister spent weeks at a time at Primary Children's, but it was always the nurses and the nursing assistants that would talk about what needed to be talked about. It was the kindness, compassion, gentleness, and love offered from those who were once strangers but now friends that influenced their experience and made a lasting impact. Jenna went into remission 2 times, but when the cancer returned for the 3rd time, she decided to stop her treatments. And I've cried every time I read this. Jenna passed away in 2010 after a 4-year, 4-month, 1-week, and 4-day battle. She was almost 25 years old. I share Jenna's experience because the experience was influenced by her nurses. Being a nurse isn't about the med passes or charting or the paycheck or the policies. All of those are important, but not the reason I became a nurse. Most of us were drawn into nursing because of an innate desire to care, to serve, or to help others. Being a nurse is about being able to love people when they are at their weakest and worst moments. It is about loving people when it hurts, when it is awkward, uncool, or embarrassing. Being a nurse is about carrying the burdens of others with compassion and kindness. It is for those reasons that our character, now that we are nurses, is just as important as the knowledge we have worked so hard to learn over the last 20 years. Or 20 months, sorry, it seems like 20 years. And it's vital to remember why we started with this career. So I'm going to turn some time over to Nikki to have her give you a talk, and then I'll come back up and introduce Jessica.
You guys. I just want to thank everybody for using the air-conditioned lights, because these are amazing. I just have to say that. I think my eyelashes have melted off. So a while ago, somebody asked me, well, okay, so for everybody who doesn't know, I was known for, I don't know if that's the right word. I made study guides. And basically, I'm a computer geek. I like to, I have fun on a computer and my iPad. It's basically my excuse for playing on my iPad. And I would make study guides and I would make them available to everybody. And somebody asked me, why do you do that? And I've been doing it since first semester, right? Since A&P. And I felt like I should tell you guys. Not many people know this, but I came home from an LDS mission in 2002. And I enrolled at a nursing school in Salt Lake that declared bankruptcy and closed its doors 9 months from my graduation. And I was left with lovely amounts of student debt and no degree and a shattered dream. I was devastated, to say the least. Pursued many avenues of trying to get money back, but it was at a time where, like, getting into a nursing school, like, was difficult. There was years of waiting and years of prerequisites, and I had already done all of that for school, you know? So I went into cosmetology, because what else was I gonna do? So I did hair for a really long time, and I just loved it. And because I loved it so much, I started teaching it. And one day I just felt like it was time to go back to start pursuing my dream. And I actually laughed when I had the thought, because I thought, oh, we're approaching 40. This could get comical, you know? Like, I'm tired. I have 5 kids, and who's gonna watch them? It could be Lord of the Flies real quick up in this joint. And it did get Lord of the Flies. Like, but they're alive, guys. They're still alive. But it's not because I kept them that way. It's because my husband and my mother-in-law and my father-in-law, they did it, not me. But anyway, the shattered dream, I wanted to be a nurse so bad. And when I watched my mom take care of my sister, I knew that's what I wanted to do. And I knew that the only way I would be able to do that for other people was if I finished. And so I started looking everywhere. And one day, believe it or not, in the Walmart parking lot, I heard about this amazing school that there was no prerequisites. And it was Ameritech. And I thought, there's no way. It's all way too good to be true, right? It wasn't. It wasn't. And it was when I hit my 9-month mark from graduating and let out the hugest sigh of relief. And every day that we got closer and closer, I knew we were going to make it. And the study guides were so that nobody would ever feel left behind or struggling. Because dreams, you guys, they are the most important thing. If you can believe that you can get there, you'll get there. No matter what, there will be somebody that will help you, I promise. So I'm so glad we did it. We did it, we're there. So you guys, thank you, and thanks. I love you guys.
Our next speaker is Jessica Barnes, and she represents our RN to BSN group, and they are the ones in the black robes with the black hats. So welcome. Jessica says her favorite nursing quote is, "We see life and death, miracles and misfortunes. We see love and heartbreak. We relieve suffering, heal, and care unconditionally. We hold hands with strangers and wipe away their tears. We laugh in the face of adversity and cry behind closed doors. We are there from their first breath to the last in their life. We are nurses." This quote represents to me the tender care nurses give selflessly. I want to say thank you to my mom and dad, Jeremy, Riker, Tyler, Shelby, Colleen, and Stephanie, for your endless love and support. I could not be where I am without you. Sometimes someone comes into your life by surprise, steals your heart, and changes your life forever. Brian, thank you for loving and believing in me. I could not have asked for a better man. And my study buddies. Here's Jessica.
Good evening, graduating class of 2021, family and friends. I am so honored to be here. I graduated from Ameritech with my ASN in the spring of 2012, and what an amazing adventure it has been. I absolutely love being a home health and hospice nurse, a mentor, and the director of nursing. When I began my journey to become a nurse, I never dreamed of being where I am today. I am still humbled and honored to serve our community. I do not know about you, but when I enrolled in the fall of 2019 for my BSN, I had no idea what the medical industry was going to be faced with. But we did it. Each and every one of you should be sitting there so proud of your accomplishments and everything that you achieved through the global pandemic, earthquakes, massive windstorms, power outages, and riots. Still, through it all, we hunkered down and we achieved our goals. As I look out on this graduating class, I see nothing but success for your futures. I see nurses who will deliver babies or care for them in the NICU. I see that some of you will assist in surgery while others treat patients facing cancer, as another nurse saves a life in the ER, or as a hospice nurse gently holds the hand of a loved one as their patient passes away. Sometimes the goal really is death. That's the beauty of nursing. There is something out there for each one of you to make a difference. Getting your associate's degree was truly the hardest thing that you have ever done in your life. But don't stop. Don't stop learning. Continue. Still to this day, I can remember Miss Lorna saying, "Seizure, coma, death," and death is bad. And I do. And dreaming about acronyms. I have a few more for you to carry with you throughout your nursing career. If you fail, never give up. Fail means first attempt in learning. And is not the end. In fact, And means effort never dies. And remember, no does not mean no. No means next opportunity. Florence Nightingale set the example of what nursing care looks like from the beginning, by treating patients with kindness, compassion, and understanding, and by providing exceptional care to patients in need. Be that nurse. Be that example to your peers. Your education starts now. Anytime you have the opportunity to continue to learn, step out of your comfort zone and do it. It doesn't matter how old you are. Ameritech gave you the foundation, so trust your know that you know, but never be too proud to ask for help. There is no shame in asking for direction in patient care. Find a mentor and grow your skills. As you get time and build your nursing knowledge, never forget your mentors and how you got to where you are. Then become the nursing mentor. This is a nursing pay it forward. If I can leave you with one final word of advice, remember, a patient and their family may forget your name and they may forget your face, but they will absolutely never forget the way that you made them feel. Kindness, understanding, and compassion truly is everything. Be that nurse. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here, and congratulations, you all did it.
My favorite nursing school memory was during my first code in the ER, and the respiratory therapist was trying to teach me how to bag a patient, and she was explaining to me that every time I took a breath, I should squeeze the bag and breathe for the patient. So I started to do that, and she looked at me and she said, "You're doing that way too fast." And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, this is how fast I'm breathing." And she said, "Why don't we put you on compressions?"
First semester, a bunch of my friends and we went into one of the old lab rooms. They were doing some demo in the area during that time, but when we were studying, we were giggling and laughing about some stuff, and little did we know that there was a microphone that was in there, and it was on, so everything we had been talking about was being broadcasted around us.
You start.
Okay. So, my favorite memory from Ameritech was first semester, they had us do a dance in front of our whole class because we were trying to get down the movements of the body. So it was just a way to remember it, and I thought it was really funny seeing my husband shake his butt in front of the class. I don't know if it was entertaining and they laughed because of that, or if they were more so just disturbed.
Yeah, definitely more disturbed, I would say that, for sure.
There was one night where a bunch of us decided to go to campus to study, and we were all up late studying until like 1 or 2 in the morning on campus, studying for pharmacology, and somebody even brought a panini maker and made a bunch of like grilled cheeses, and we all decided, instead of going home to take the test, we decided to go in individual classrooms and take the exam, and we all ended up getting done around like 3 o'clock in the morning and headed home after that.
When we went to lab first semester and we were studying all the bones, and Bradley and I started getting really excited about the bones we were studying, and we started talking louder and louder, and when we left the room we were speaking so loud because it was silent after we left.
Lisa Looney's class, one of the days she did a head-to-toe assessment for us and had the entire class rolling. So if you know Lisa, you know why.
By far, my favorite memory of nursing school is getting to assist in a C-section at clinical. I've always wanted to be a labor and delivery nurse, so this experience was one in a million, and I loved it.
My favorite memory from nursing school would probably have to be all of the study sessions, just because I didn't realize it then, but I do realize now that I was really just hanging out with all of my lifelong friends, and I'll cherish those moments forever.
I'll tell you, the most amazing moment through nursing school is the moment you get your final grade and know that it's all done.
It has been a long ride, but we're here and we finally made it. We got to celebrate in person, and this is by far going to be the best memory.
Hello, I'm Michelle Richards. I'm the Assistant Provost of Student Affairs and Support, and I had the opportunity to work with this OTA cohort as their OTA program director. So I would like to introduce to you the OTA program student speaker. This is Jennifer Waldrop. She is someone who is able to make friends and share laughs with almost anyone she meets. Her background as a massage therapist also gives her a leg up on becoming all of her patients' and clients' favorite OTA. Some of the feedback we received about Jennifer from her Fieldwork Educators had these themes in common. She has excellent people skills. She has high emotional intelligence. She has a positive attitude. And we were impressed by her eagerness to learn. So I'd like to turn some time over to Jennifer Waldrop.
Thank you. I want to say thank you to Nikki, too. I certainly benefited from all of those study guides, so I'm right there with you. I got through it as well. So it's been crazy to think that I couldn't wait to get through the semesters. I couldn't wait for us to be done. And here we are, graduated, and I miss it now. I wish I was back in my fieldwork. I feel like I'm still in shock trying to adjust to life and more studying to finish our tests and things. So, this journey that we have embarked on has expanded our imaginations on how meaningful the work of occupational therapy can be. The schooling was tough. I had my share of breakdowns, probably quite a few. However, it's all been worth it as we experience the positive impact we have already made in other people's lives. As a small child, I remember watching a TV show where a therapist helped somebody learn to regain their walking and get their strength back. And I knew from that moment that that's something that I wanted to do. I've thought about that scenario over the years so many times, and I got as far as being a massage therapist, and I've loved that profession, and I've been in that profession for 23 years. But I still felt like there was something missing. So then my husband, Brent, he's a registered nurse as well, and he ultimately pushed me to pursue a career in occupational therapy, where my efforts would make a meaningful difference and possibly fill that missing piece I've been looking for. Both of my daughters, Samantha and Olivia, were always eager to help me role play through various scenarios and help me understand situations better. I will forever cherish those moments of them helping me. I have come a long way over these last 18 months. I have become more confident in my ability to participate as a team member in multiple settings. I love creating an environment that promotes strength, endurance, and confidence for individuals to return home safely. I am happy that I chose Ameritech's Occupational Therapy Assisting Program. I look forward to applying my experience from Ameritech as I continue to grow and learn. I would like to thank my classmates for their encouragement, their support, and our lifelong friendships. My family for sticking by my side and keeping me focused on my end goals. And my instructors who believed in me when I didn't feel that I could keep going. They continually provided our class with support and motivation. So I just want to say that we made it and we're going to make a difference out there. So thank you.
People I would like to thank is my family. My husband and my 3 kids have been supportive and amazing through this entire process, and I could not have done it without them.
My husband, my children, my parents, my in-laws.
My amazing and loving husband.
My sweet husband, Preston.
Clancy. She put her heart and soul into each lesson and made online learning a little bit more bearable than it normally was.
Ron Brenderson from 4th semester Sim.
Shout out definitely to the lab instructors.
My lab instructors, Ashley and Dee Dee, and my sim instructors, Vani and Genevieve.
I'd really like to thank all of my friends that helped me get through nursing school, but especially my family. They're the best. I love you.
I would like to thank my family. They were also very supportive of me and encouraged me all along the way.
A person I'd like to thank would be my boyfriend and my mom. Without them, I don't know how I would have done this. They stuck around through the most emotional, stressful time of my life.
Definitely my husband, Trey.
He has been so sweet and so supportive this whole time, and there's no way that I could have done it without him.
One, my husband. He's been the main supporter for me through all of this. He kept telling me, you can do this, you know you got this.
My husband for all of his love and support along this journey.
The person I'd like to thank is my husband.
My husband Matt for all of his love and support and encouragement. He definitely deserves an honorary nursing degree for everything that he's done for me during this time.
I would like to thank my mom for being so supportive throughout nursing school and being there to listen to me when I cried about tests.
A person I would like to thank is my mom for always encouraging me to pursue a nursing career and for being there for me every step of the way.
It definitely have to be my parents. They encouraged me to pursue this career, helped me realize that this is what I wanted to do with my life.
My mom and dad for constantly supporting me and encouraging me to follow my dreams.
The people I need to thank are my amazing kids. Thanks for hanging in there with me. I love you.
My children, so Courtney and Austin, they don't live at home anymore, but they were definitely moral support for me. And you, Cash, you should turn the camera around so they can see you really quick.
The person I'd like to thank is my husband, Shane. I want him to know how much I love and appreciate his support.
My husband for putting up with me through nursing school with a busy schedule and lots of meltdowns. He was always there to help me push through them and always tell me that I can do this.
Some people I'd really like to thank for helping me through my time there are Dee Dee Dyer, Laureen Johnson, and Bonnie Kilon.
My dad unexpectedly passed away the week before finals, I think it was, and I think that's the time that I thought we definitely were not going to pass that semester. And it was really scary, and we missed our finals week just with the funeral plans. But we are so grateful to Clancy, Angie, Joyce, and Ashley. They all met with us personally during their Christmas break to make sure that we were as prepared as we could be for our finals, and super appreciated that.
All of Ameritech staff. I feel like everyone was so helpful, and it was overall just a wonderful experience there.
Would definitely be my husband Mark. Without his love and support, I would have never made it through this program.
My whole family, especially my husband and my kids, for putting up with me and supporting me through the thickest and thins. I know it hasn't been easy, so thank you so much.
The person I would like to thank would definitely be my husband. He's been right next to me through this whole process, through the tears and the stress, and helping me think of little things to memorize, and he's really just been the best supporter I could have ever asked for.
My mom and dad, siblings, and of course my husband for all the support and love they gave me the last 2 years, but most importantly, I'd like to thank Russ and Lynette Moore.
I couldn't possibly thank just one person, so I'm going to thank my mom, my dad, Katrina, Annika, Travis, Airzy, and my little beans. Without them, I could not have made it.
Special thanks to my fiance and my family for supporting me throughout this entire journey. I could not have done it without you guys. I love you so very much.
I want to thank my exit buddy Sasha and my amazing cohort, and I want my husband to know that this was a team effort. I didn't get here by myself.
I'd like to thank my friends, my family, for all the long hours that I ignored them and for pushing me through, and specifically the friends here that helped me through this program. I'm so proud of all of you.
It's my great honor and privilege to introduce today's academic speaker to you, Dr. Rebecca Collins.
Thank you, Ray. Greetings, graduates, family and friends, Ameritech colleagues. I can't see a thing up here right now. How about that? One moment while we fix a light that is not here. All right, let's start again. Hello, everyone. It is a great pleasure to be here, literally standing before you. It's about time we're in person like this. It's so great to see your smiling faces. I was chatting with Dave Harris before the program started, and he said he had forgotten how beautiful people were with our masks off. And I have to say he is absolutely 100% spot on after seeing all of you in the audience and the videos that were just played. We are in a room full of beautiful, beautiful people, so welcome. My name is Dr. Becky Collins. I'm an Assistant Provost of Institutional Effectiveness here at Ameritech, and what that means is I'm not here speaking to you today as a direct healthcare provider. Quite frankly, I'm not quite that brave enough to be in the field like all of you, so I'm so happy to see all of you here today. But what I do have is an insatiable heart for those of you who honor your dreams and follow through and commit. And so I'm here today to share some brief thoughts as you progress beyond commencement and begin the next new chapter of your lives. I'd like to speak to the value of your work, treating the whole person, and your own self-accomplishments. The value of your work as a healthcare provider is absolutely more important than ever, and I'm quite confident you're all too familiar with the ramifications of the recent pandemic. And with an overall population living longer than ever before, your knowledge, your skills, and both physical and emotional care will be needed even more than ever. You've all heard the saying, if you haven't got your health, you don't really have anything. Helping others gain, maintain, and improve their own health is a tall order. You will be those who answer this call for help, and this call will come at all times, with all kinds of people who have all kinds of needs and under all kinds of circumstances. You will answer this call using your training combined with your hearts, as you will remember these are people no different from you or your own loved ones, even at the end of a very long day, and I promise you there will be many. You will need to treat the whole person for who they are, not only quickly ascertaining how to best address their unique needs, but doing so while attempting to truly understand each person's hurts, fears, and hopes to improve. These people will represent all races, religions, genders. They'll be grandmothers and grandfathers, moms, dads, children, people who are confident, scared, compliant, and even combative. No matter their differences, we're all more alike than different deep down inside. I remember interviewing for my position here, and I had a very nice conversation with our president, Sherry Jones. And in that conversation, she said something to me that really stuck. In fact, I wrote it down when we were speaking, and she told me one of Ameritech's goals was to produce healthcare providers with the best bedside manner. And I don't think she could have been more right about that quest. Just remember, and this is you're hearing this again. Jessica mentioned this earlier, and it bears repeating. Long after your patients and their families have forgotten exactly what you did to help them, they will always remember how you understood and treated them as a special person. I had a neat conversation on my flight here yesterday, and I sat next to a woman. Her name's Erin. And Erin had spent 10 years in the military, enlisted, and then she decided to start a family, and then she decided to become a registered nurse. And she started sharing stories with me and told me about a patient of hers who was in his 30s, and he had diabetes, and he had lost several fingers already and was at risk of having a foot amputated. And she was trying to explain to him what was happening. And he was frustrated, and he was shaking his head, and he said, "Stop using such big words with me." And she paused, and she grabbed a whiteboard and started writing and drawing and showing him exactly what was happening with his body so that he understood and could better advocate and help for himself moving forward. No one had taken the time to do that for him or with him prior. Did she change his life a little for the better that day? I'd like to think she absolutely did. Strive to be that kind of a health provider with your patients. And finally, I'd like you to recognize your own self-accomplishment and continued growth. I mean, look at it, you're here. You've certainly experienced a very arduous and very lengthy journey to arrive at today, and I know there are many of you, we've heard from you, who thought you would never get here, who wanted to give up on yourselves, and you didn't because nobody else gave up on you. You kept working even under some unpredictable and crazy and difficult times, jumping in to assist in situations few could have ever predicted. You maintained your focus not on just earning your degree, but truly learning, appreciating, and applying those skills you need to care for others in ways many cannot. What a glorious opportunity you've provided for yourself and those who will find themselves in your charge. Now remember to take time to celebrate, to thank yourself, to thank those who supported you, your family, your friends, maybe even your pets. It was my dog who got me through my doctoral degree. She knew exactly when I needed a kiss or a lick, and she knew exactly when to drop that tennis ball. She sensed that we both needed a break. And don't forget about those special instructors, many of whom are here today, who went that extra mile and gave themselves of you to help you arrive at this moment today. And as you progress from graduation, remember to keep learning, as learning doesn't stop here, but is continued. Always attempt to further your craft of helping others, and rest assured, times will change again, and so will the needs of the people you treat. So in closing, be the introspective healthcare provider who sees themselves and their loved ones in each of their patients, providing high-quality care indicative of treating the whole parent with heart and compassion. Give more than you get, and you will receive back so much more than you ever thought possible. And as you go forth, keep learning, keep doing, and keep achieving, as so many are and will be depending on you. On behalf of all Ameritech staff and faculty, I'm here to tell you we are so very proud of who you are, of your accomplishments, your aspirations to help others. So get out there and make that positive difference in so many lives. They are just waiting for you. Thank you.
You'll be happy to know that the speechifying today is officially over. I'd like to thank all of the speakers today because they exhibited the most important characteristic of any commencement speech. Soaring rhetoric? No. Profound wisdom? No. Mercifully short. At this point, we will present the names of our graduates. Will the candidates for nursing degrees please rise? Dr. Lisa Harper, Richard Haskell, would you please join me? Dave. Family and guests, on behalf of the faculty, it is my honor and privilege to present to you the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Science in Nursing and Associate of Science in Nursing. Upon the recommendation of the faculty and authorized by the Board of Trustees, I hereby attest to you that they have completed the requirements for the degrees to which they received today. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and the state of Utah, I confer upon you the degree for which you have earned with all the rights, honors, privileges, and obligations inherent therein. Will the candidates for the occupational therapy degrees please rise? It's a small group, but mighty. Michelle Richards, will you please join me? Families and guests, on behalf of the faculty, it is my honor and privilege to present to you the candidates for the degree of Associate Science in Occupational Therapy. Upon the recommendation of the faculty and authorized by the Board of Trustees, I hereby attest to you that they have completed the requirements for the degree that they will receive today. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees in the state of Utah, I confer upon you the degree that you have earned with all the rights, honors, privileges, and obligations therein. Cue the music.
Betty Blackburn. Ashley Brianne Trujillo. Holly Bateman Jones. Kylie Kelly. Jenny Hinton. Shauna Lynn Pierce. Lexi Bramlett. Anissa Jarvis. Morgan Quinn. McKinley Rosequist. Shalise McKay. Ashley Wadiak. Mandy Muggy. Chandler Lawrence Dixon. Elizabeth Marie Strachan. Elizabeth K. Gravely. Jordan Brannon. Kimberly Keller. Riley Miranda Spees. Kayla Elaine Straw. Alexis Blair Avison. Jason Black. Christy Crago. Cynthia Ellen Rudder. Reagan Euclides Lassen. Katie Keach. Abby Fuller. Kylie Allen. Jasmine Roberts. Danielle Stoker. Courtney Berente. Saren Getty Baggs. Taya Porter. Brittany Mickelson. April Dawn Taylor. Jessica Fulmer. Jenica McKinnon. Laura Ashley Jones. Kaya Marie Beardall. Holly Farr. Rachel Lynn Jenkins. Rachel Joe. Julie Barton. Alyssa Patricia Hone. Madison Holyoke. Jenna Davis. Bryant Ray Wing. Misty Lynn Giles. Amanda Christina McElprang. Josie Lynn Carter. Sophie Smith. Garrison Tate Foster Garner. Thank you. I was going to give it to you. Jessica Morgan Roberts. Then I don't have to find you, right? Jason Harmer. Taylor Starr. Jacob Rogers. Cassidy Bagley. You can give her her card. Aubrey Erickson. Annie War Morgan. Anjanae Carissa Stacy. I didn't see you earlier. Ashley Mansell. Dirk Chinoth. Thank you. Letitia Teti. Anigbo Ifoma. Chelsea Draney. Elaine Daly. Kaylin Craven. Austin Hudgens. Jacob Bingham. Allison Lopez. Olivia Bond. Madison M. Phillips. Sky Park. Rachel Kelly. Casey Tuckett. Brinley Driggs. JC Webster. Okay, got it, got it. Angie Costi. Thank you. Thank your parents, Ray. Marianne Penrod. Christiana Blackburn. Sasha Darrow. Krista Lindhart. Alexis Rivas. Lara Gassick Nebaker. Julian Marks. Michael S. Miracle. Catherine Hyde Stambaugh. Natalie Preston. Corinne Natalie Dix. Kendra Felix. Savannah Summer. Haley Simmons. Alyssa Simonson. Jasmine Mason. Ann Scatty. Tyler Koffel. Savannah K. Peterson. Haley Knight. Alexandra Sadler. Camaria Stiles. Chelsea Green. Brittany K. Dickman. Angela Larson Morton. Megan M. Ensign. Emily Bigler. Callie Tygard. Amelia Charlotte Anderson. Laurie Kathleen Paul. Thank you. Jennifer Milne Reber. Megan Moss. Wendy M. Nielsen. Kylie Shees. Chelsea Martin. Hope Gavito. Sasha Zumadakis. Cameron Ladd. Kiera Brooke Adair. Lizeth Gonzalez. Candace Johnson. Naveen Villalon. Raylyn Purdy. Sydney Alexis Lovell Fillmore. Maddie McLennan. Alexis Forsgren. Riley Stewart. Lauren Wilson. Cynthia B. Sorensen. Connor Jack King Stidham. Patricia Eileen Villalobos. Maria Valencia. Maurice Dixon Smith. Skylar Ramel. Shanice Emerson. Thank you. Ashley Johnson. Hi, how are you? You ready for today? Dude, be careful right here too. Carrie Howell. Nicole Barber. Devin Looney. Now for the Bachelor of Science in Nursing. We have Jessica Adele Horton. McLean Hoffman. Jackie Shook. Trisha Murray. Tracy Lynn Van Osdell. Just one second. Let me just say who the program is first. The Associate of Science and Occupational Therapy Assistant. Jennifer A. Waldrop. Sarah Lewis. Shayla Locke. You made it. Yay! Brandon Watkins. Megan Brianna Allen. Are we going by for seconds?
Everybody's back where they belong? Okay, great. All right. Will all the graduates please rise? Graduates, you may now move your tassels from the right to the left, signifying completion of your studies and transition from your academic experience to your professional career. Congratulations, class of 2021. This is the first graduation I've ever been at where nobody threw a hat.
Will everyone please be seated? I'm not going to whistle into this, but we'd like to take a moment to welcome you to our pinning ceremony. I have David Haskell that has a few instructions for you so that we can do this in a nice, orderly, quick fashion, okay? Here's David.
All right, your last instructions from me. Are you ready? We are going to go just the opposite of graduation, okay? So as you come up, we want you to come up on this side of the stage. As you come up, if you have someone that's going to pin you, they should stand in line with you. Have them walk up on the stage with you. At that point, they will pin you. You'll also receive one of these little candles, and then you'll walk over to Florence Nightingale and have your candle lit, and then come off the stage. If the person that pinned you will go back and sit back down, but we want you as the graduates to go ahead and line along this front with those candles lit, and that will be part of the ceremony. We good? All right.
So I don't think I introduced myself. My name's Dr. Lisa Harper, and I have the honor and the privilege to be the Dean of Nursing here at Ameritech. I want to tell you a little bit about the history of the pinning. The nursing pin reaches clear back to the 12th century in the Crusades, and where those workers that were helping and were medics, so to speak, would have a large red cross on a white shield that they, or a, like your gown. So everybody could tell that they were helping the injured. And Florence Nightingale, hundreds of years later, she influenced modern day nursing during the Crimean War, and she created a pinning program beginning in about the mid-1800s. Following that, every nursing school designs a pin specific to the school that you have graduated from. And here at Ameritech, we've chosen to follow this long-standing tradition. Some colleges still aren't doing it, but we think it's quite a privilege to be able to do it. I would like to, you're going to have a little video, and then after our video, we're welcoming our very own Florence Nightingale.
Hey Joyce, you seem a little down today. Is everything all right?
David, I am so tired of these Zoom graduations. I love my students. I want to see them. They're my peeps. I want to see them in person.
Well, great news. Didn't you hear? We're going to be going to live graduation this time, so we can meet in person. You'll be able to see them.
Wow, I'm so excited. Can I hear a woo, 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 woo? I gotta get ready. I can't wait. I've got to get ready.
Whoa! We gotta get you going. The students need you. We gotta get over the Zoom fatigue.
You're right, sweet cheeks. Let's do it.
Let's go.
find me do my two-step.
Thank you. Hey, so nice to see all of you in person. It is so great. I'm going to just put my lantern right there. I'm old. So, did you know last week I turned 201 years old? Yeah. That's me, Florence Nightingale. I'm old, so I had to jot down a few things about myself so I can tell you about me. Let me tell you a little about myself. I was named after the city where I was born, Florence, Italy, on May 12th, 1820. So last week I had a birthday, turned 201. I look good. I still look good. Did you know that I was the pioneer of social reform, including advocating for better hunger relief programs, working to abolish discriminatory prostitution laws that were asymmetrically harsh on women, and expanded then appropriate forms of female participation in the workplace? This social distancing has been a little tough, and it would have been so nice if you'd have come over last week for my birthday, and we could have talked about the challenges of my day and now the challenges of your day. But let me just tell you a little bit more about me. I was born into a wealthy family. We had lots of money, and what would be considered a privileged life. When I was growing up, I mingled with other rich children and spent much of my time visiting friends and attending parties. But in my 20s, I began to have an interest in how the sick people in the villages around my home were taken care of. I was educated at home, and my interests were in math and medicine. At a time when women in England were rarely educated or allowed to participate in the medical field, I learned 5 languages, as well as history, philosophy, and mathematics. When I approached my parents and told them about my ambitions to become a nurse, it didn't go well. They were not pleased at all. They felt that nursing was not anything to be recognized as being good, and forbade me to pursue an appropriate training. At the time, nearly all nurses came from poor families. My parents felt that nursing was a lowly, menial labor job. Well, I began to visit the poor, but became very interested in looking after those who were ill. I visited hospitals in London and around the country to investigate possible occupations for women there. However, nursing was not highly revered, and despite my parents' objections and my desire to pursue my true calling, I enrolled in the Institution of Protestant Deaconess in Kaiserwerth, Germany in 1850. In 1853, I became the superintendent of the establishment for gentle women during the illnesses in London. In 1854, I was recruited by the Secretary of War to join the efforts of the Crimean War. Myself and 28 other nurses went to Turkey and implemented sanitary reform, which dropped the death rate from 42% to 2%. I was deeply shocked and appalled by what I saw. The living conditions were horrible in the military hospitals. There were rodents and bugs, no bandages, dirty stretchers that men were laying on in the hallway. In these conditions, it wasn't surprising that in Army hospitals, war wounds only accounted for 1 in 6 deaths. I found the majority of victims succumbed to diseases such as typhus, cholera, dysentery. I was so angered by the death I saw in Turkey, so I issued a report, Notes on Matters Affecting the Health of the British Army, in 1858 to the Royal Commission. I also set up a nursing school in 1859. where sanitary practices were taught during the Civil War. The Union Army contacted me to help with field medicine. My recommendations led to the forming of the United States Sanitary Commission. Me and my team of nurses were able to create changes that brought the hospital into much better order. I established a vast kitchen and laundry, looked after soldiers and their wives and their children. I was on my feet for 24 hours a day, and so were my coworkers. I was the only woman allowed to be in the wards after 8 at night, and to the wounded men, I became the lady of the lamp. I'd go around and visit these people that were so ill, and as I would walk around carrying a lamp to light my way as I checked on the wounded and the ill. Over the years, I have received many awards and even allowed to give advice on how to give the best care for soldiers wounded in the American Civil War. In 1859, I wrote a book about caring for the sick called Notes on Nursing. I was so convinced that all nurses should be trained in medicine. Hold on. I wanted them to be properly trained, and I opened a school called the Nightingale Training School for Nurses in London. When the students finished their training, they were known as the Nightingale Nurses. If you look at how I am dressed, you will note my apron, my arm sleeves, my hat. I wear this to keep my hair clean, and as we got soiled, we would just take off the arm sleeves and the apron, and we would change. You, however, lucky people, have what's known as PPE, personal protective equipment. I died in 1910, still looking good. The real Florence Nightingale started her own nursing school, revolutionized patient care, and initiated the transformation of nursing into a respectable and important profession. The image of Florence, with lamp in hand, held aloft to light the way, revealing unmet needs, deeply determined, guided by both passion and science, is one that remains relevant to nursing today. We too can make our own unique contribution to healthcare. Just as Florence Nightingale brought enlightenment to the profession of nursing in the 19th century, the passing of the candlelight is symbolic of the passing of knowledge from one generation to the next. My name is actually Joyce Johnson. Amazing. I had the amazing privilege of teaching these amazing students that I love so much, the world of obstetrics. I am happy we're in person tonight. I've been rooting you on for a long time. I've been hoping and dreaming about this day when you graduate and go into a profession that I absolutely love myself. As you receive your pin today, know that you have worked hard and deserve this badge of honor. Continue to wear this pin with pride. The pin is symbolic of welcoming you into the profession. I am holding my lamp, which represents me and all your faculty, passing our knowledge on to you. We have loved nursing. All of us have been probably 600 years worth of nursing right up in here. We've all been nurses for a very long time, and we appreciate that we had the opportunity to teach you what we know and love so much. People, give me some love. Hello. All right. Thank you very much. You're going to announce it?
Yes. Go ahead and have this. I should really mess it up and have the back rows go first, right? Okay, back row it is. Starting at this end, get your person and come right here. We're going to start on this side. A couple of people are already walking on the way over here, so are you going to come hand them the lights, or?
Oh, yeah, they should come. No, yeah, and get him, and then come over and bring their lights. Yeah, and all of it. Ready?
So if they don't have anybody, you can.
If they do have somebody, just
One correction, there are too many of you to stand in front of the stage. So we're going to have you go sit back down, and then at the end we'll have you all stand and we'll do this really cool pledge with your lights and all that kind of stuff. So I think we're about ready. Okay. We need the... We need this microphone on over here. You said okay, is it on?
Julian Marks, and she's being pinned by Shauna Lane.
So Christina Blackburn is Amber Oborn. I was here. I know. Yeah, I've been here forever.
Christiana Blackburn, and she's being pinned by Amber Oborn. Raylyn Purdy, and she's being pinned by April Clough. Carrie Howell. Ashley Johnson.
Sorry. Shanice, right? Okay. No, I will say it.
Shanice Emerson, and she's being pinned by Dee Dee Dyer.
I know, right? You have to memorize some stuff here. Skylar Ramel, pinned by Lexi Ball.
Okay.
Skylar Ramel, and he's being pinned by Lexi Ball.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I can do that. Yeah. Okay. You have to do the whole thing again. Just call you King. Okay.
Connor Stidham, he's being pinned by Shannon Omert.
Felton. I think it's Fenton. I think it's Fenton. Maurice. Now I forgot. Dixon. Gosh.
Maurice Dixon, and he's being pinned by Angie Fenton.
Thank you for coming here. Madison and Lexi Ball. Perfect.
Maria Valencia, she's being pinned by Madison and Lexi Ball.
So Patricia Eileen Lopez. Okay.
Patricia Eileen Lopez, and she's being pinned by Lexi Ball.
Perfect. And it was Avison. Oh, let's see. Wow.
don't know this guy. Alexis Blair Avison, and she's being pinned by Zach Rideout. Thank you. I will do that. Nicole Barber, and she's being pinned by Linda Walker and Kathy Barber. Awesome. It's your day. I'll do whatever. Okay, we have Casey Tuckett and Brinley Driggs being pinned by Barbara Driggs. Carry it or I'll hold it. Whichever you want. Yep, I'll put it in stuff. I'll bring him here next time. It looks good. Is it Danelle? Okay, thank you. Lauren Wilson is being pinned by Wendy Danelle. Riley Stewart is being pinned by Lexi Ball. Oh, you lucky girl. I'll be back. Oh. To teach? Oh, okay. Alexis Forsgren, and she's being pinned by Arlene Griffith. Maddie McLennan. Thank you. Okay, yeah, I know, just stay, right? Sydney Alexis Lovell Fillmore is being pinned by Lexi Ball. And remind me, Villalone? Villalone. I knew there was something different. Okay. Naveen Villalone is being pinned by Lexi Ball. Candace Johnson. Lizeth Gonzalez. Kiara Brooke Adair, and she's being pinned by Linda Hayes. Chelsea Martin, and she's being pinned by Sydney Spencer. Is it Petrie? Sasha Zumadakis, and she's being pinned by Whitney Petrie. I love her dress. So cute. My daughter has that same dress. Super cute. Yeah. Hope Gavito, and she's being pinned by Megan Beck. Okay, so just tie the shoes. Okay. Kylie Sheese. Wendy M. Nielsen is being pinned by Lexi Ball. Megan Moss. That's okay, they just come up and meet you. Yep, you're fine. They take turns. If you don't have a person, it doesn't matter, they'll find you one. And it was Reber. Maybe see Katrina Little. Okay, perfect. Yep, I will, yeah. Jennifer Milne Reber, and she's being pinned by Katrina Little. Laurie Kathleen Paul. Oh, nice. I love it. Amelia Charlotte Anderson, and she's been being pinned by Lisa Looney. Callie Tygard is being pinned by Andra Evans. I know. Emily Bigler, and she's been being pinned by Andra Evans. Thank you. Okay, I can do that. Thank you. Megan M. Ensign, being pinned by Lexi Ball. Okay, so mom of triplets.
Yep.
And she was the...
To say who has triplets.
Okay.
Who's being pinned by Lexi Ball. She was her triplet, their triplet nurse,
Okay.
NICU nurse 10 years ago.
Okay, I'll try. Angela Larson Morton, the mom of triplets, and she's being pinned by Lexi Ball, who was the nurse at the time for her triplets. Whole story, that was cute. You can just tell me, yep. Brittany K. Dickman, and she's being pinned by Joyce Johnson. I'll do the same. Yep. That's okay, she doesn't mind. Chelsea Green, and she's also being pinned by Joyce Johnson. Gotta come back for your master's. I'll do better then. Camaria Stiles. Sadler. Forget the I. Alexandra Sadler. That's okay. Haley Knight. Thank you. Savannah K. Peterson. Thank you. Okay, Katrina Dowden. Okay. Tyler Koffel, and he's being pinned by Katrina Dowden. Garen. Okay, perfect. Never seen that name before. It's unique. Yeah, it is. It is. Ann Scatty, and she's being pinned by Ben Aaron. Okay, thank you. Cameron Ladd, and she's being pinned by Shannon Omert. Michael S. Miracle, and he's being pinned by Dee Dee Dyer. A do-over. Okay. Did I say stand by?
Stand by. You said it right. Perfect.
Stay there. Catherine Hyde Stambaugh, and she's also being pinned by Dee Dee Dyer. Was it Gassick? Okay, Nebaker. Laura Gassick Nebaker, and she's being pinned by Katrina Little. Okay, Devil Moon. Really? All the people I have to try to remember. Okay, I'll try. Devin Looney, and he's being pinned by Lisa Looney. Aww. Jasmine Mason, she's being pinned by David Haskell. Thank you. Simon. Okay, yay. Alyssa Simonson. And yours was Simmons, because hers was Simonson, right? Okay, okay. Haley Simmons, she's being pinned by Lexi Ball. Thank you. Savannah Summer, she's being pinned by Angie Fenton. Okay, same, awesome. Kendra Felix, and she's also being pinned by Angie Fenton. Thank you. Don't step back any further. Don't worry, we'll catch you. Natalie Preston, she's being pinned by Lexi Ball. Yeah, of course. Corinne Natalie Dix, and she's being pinned by Joyce Johnson. Alexis Rivas, she's being pinned by Lexi Ball. Thank you. I appreciate it. Except I forgot mine this time. Oh, man. Oh, well, you're here to have fun, right? Who wants to follow rules? One more time. We don't know how to act. Krista Lindhart, she's being pinned by Lexi Ball. Okay, remind me. Okay, Sasha Darrow. Too funny. Right? It's like the kids always forget. We do too. Right? Sasha Darrow, and she's also being pinned by Lexi Ball. Of course, I would love to. Yep. Cynthia B. Sorensen, she's being pinned by her daughter, Hillary Breeze. You don't have to have it back this time, unless you want it. I know, I love it.
I'm the first nurse in my family.
Really? Yeah. Oh, I love it. That's awesome. There might be a whole string of them now.
I said first.
Yeah, I know. Of many, right? Marianne Penrod, and she's being pinned by Shirley Oberg. I will say that. Cost tea.
You got it.
Finally.
No, you go first, Mama.
And it's Hester.
Yes.
Angie A. Costi, and she's being pinned by her mom, Judy Hester.
I forgot my card.
Oh, man, you guys.
But it's easy. It's Madison Phillips, and Andra's handing out medals, so she's probably not a good one. Otherwise, I'll have Dee Dee get it. That's
Dee Dee?
fine.
Okay.
Yes.
And it was
Madison Phillips.
Phillips. Okay. Okay. Go for it. Wait, Dee Dee's pinning you, or you just want to hug her? Okay. Madison Phillips. Madison Phillips, and she's being pinned by Dee Dee Dyer. Not that hard, but I still am screwing it up somehow. Oh. We okay? Okay. Jacob Bingham, he's being pinned by Lexi Ball. Yeah. No one knows. It's just fine. Allison Lopez, and she's being pinned by Lexi Ball. She didn't go away. Aw, nice. How are you?
Like, you know all the things.
Amanda Christina McElprang. She's being pinned by James Russell. Kaylin Craven by Shirley Roberts. Do you want me to say like who it is? I love that. I love that. We're going to share that. Okay. Kaylin Craven is being pinned by Shirley Roberts, and she was his capstone nurse. Aww. I love it. I know. It's so sweet. Austin Hudgens.
Whoever, she's not here.
Okay. Who would you like? Okay, just say, I won't say that and they'll come up. Okay. And it was Dally. Okay. Yeah, I was just making sure. Elaine Dally, and she's being pinned by Veronica. You can say that, right? Chelsea Draney. Hi. Good, how are you? Lexi Bramlett, and she's being pinned by Trevor Hale. Enigbo? Ifoma. Okay. Enigbo Ifoma, and she's being pinned by Shannon Omert.
Yay, Boba!
Janae, Carissa, Stacy, Amy Hawkins. Perfect. And Janae, Carissa, Stacy, and she's being pinned by Amy Hawkins.
All right, I got my card.
This time we have a card.
Look,
I know how to say your name. Shina. Bonnie Killian. I might have it all now.
Oh, yeah.
Dirk Brett Shinoth. He's being pinned by Vonnie Killian. Don't give me a bad time. Ashley Mansell. She's being pinned by Arlene Griffith. ask you one more time. Okay. Annie Morgan, and she's being pinned by Tam Moore. Sorry, so sorry. Not that good without. Oh, careful. Landon DeGarmo? Aubrey Erickson, and she's being pinned by Landon DeGarmo.
I'm doing the two behind me, so I'll just be up there still.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Perfect. So you're going to have Jacob pin you. Yeah. Okay. And you don't care who you have?
No. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay. I'm easy. Jacob Rogers.
Yeah, Jake.
I'll keep this. Okay. And it was Bagley. Too many pronunciations. Cassidy Bagley, and she's being pinned by Jacob Rogers. Awesome. I like it. Were you guys friends? Friends during school? Yeah, awesome. Jessica Morgan Roberts, and she's being pinned by Jacob Rogers. Nice. You're back. You're just like going around. Jason Harmer, and he's being pinned by James Russell. Yes, I will. Yep, nope, I will. Nope, we'll be fine. Whatever it takes, we'll be fine. Taylor Starr, she's being pinned by Jason Harmer. Yeah, John. No, I'm glad to do it. I guess I'm supposed to read the names, though. That would be good. It's okay. We have all the time, no worry. Sophie Smith, and she's being pinned by Kadeen Jepson. Yeah, I would love to. Yeah. Oh, yay. And then I'll see you, and then I'll be crying over here, and I have to say things in the mic. Josie Lynn Carter, and she's being pinned by her mom, Aubrey Snyder. Misty Lynn Giles, and she's being pinned by Sarah Nielsen. Carrie Ann Spar, and she's being pinned by Lexi Ball. Thank you. I'm thinking that. Bryant Ray Wing, and he's being pinned by Lexi Ball. Okay, perfect. Charlene and your mom, okay? Perfect. Rachel Kelly, and she's being pinned by her mom, Charlene Kelly. Perfect. Do you want to all go together, or do you want to go separate? And then I'll just use the chair. Oh, cool. Perfect. Madison Holyoke, and she's being pinned by Tracy Jones. Does yours also say? Okay, perfect. Jenna Davis, and she's also being pinned by Tracy Jones. And she was going to bring them to you. Oh, she's sitting right there. Right in that first spot. Oh, right in front? Yeah. Alyssa Patricia Hone, and she's being pinned by Colette Hone and Lauren Hone. Hi. You're good. It doesn't matter. Aw. That's so cute. Julie Barton. Hello. Okay, so we have Tom Barner and hello, I've never got to meet you. Nice to meet you. Yeah, very nice to meet you. Garrison Tate Foster Garner, and he's being pinned by Tom Garner and Cammie Garner. Gardner. Okay. 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 Rachel Jenkins, and she's being pinned by Rebecca Warthen and Krista Gardner. Okay, who do you want? Awesome. Okay. Awesome. Rachel Joe, and she's being pinned by David Haskell. I would love to. Your hair is so great on you. Do you love it? It's so long, and I love the color. It's perfect on you. Holly Farr, and she's being pinned by Joyce Johnson. Jessica Fulmer, and she's being pinned by her mom, Brenda Fulmer. I was going to say, I don't think she's your mom, though, right? She'd be like, what? She'd probably take you. Yeah. Jenica McKinnon, and she's also being pinned by Brenda Fulmer. Oh, sure. Do you want to grab which ones are which, or who's or who's? Thank you. Oh, thanks for taking them all. I'll pick them up afterwards. That's okay. We'll get them. April Dawn Taylor, and she's being pinned by her sister, Deanna Thurston. My mom. Nice. Okay, we will say that. Lucky mom. Oh, I'll show you who to talk to. I'll show you who to talk to. Brittany Mickelson, and she's being pinned by her mom, Terry Hunter. Hi. Taya Porter and Hannah Jordan. Okay. Yay. I know. Taya Porter, and she's being pinned by Hannah Jordan. Saren Getty Baggs, and she's being pinned by Vonnie Killian. Perfect. And it was Berente? Okay. Okay. No, I think she can. Yeah, of course. Of course. Of course. Courtney Berente, and she's being pinned by Joyce Johnson. If you'd like me to. Yeah, do you see David? Okay, awesome. Perfect. I like it. Make it easy, right? You know, it's getting late. We'll do whatever. Danielle Stoker, and she's being pinned by David Haskell. Beautiful. Do you care who, or you're okay with the luck of the draw? Omer? Jasmine Roberts, and she's being pinned by Shannon Omert. Hello. Oh, okay. I don't want any of us in trouble. Okay. Kylie Allen, and she's being pinned by her sisters, Jessica and Cassidy Allen. Thank you. You guys are easy. That's awesome. Abby Fuller, and she's being pinned by Jeff Atkinson. How are you? Good. Such a great day, right? I know. I'm so proud of you guys. I know. So proud of you. Katie Keach, and she's being pinned by Tara Johnson. Is it Mom? Grandma? Do you want me to say Grandma or Nana? Okay. Okay, got it. Kaya Marie Beardall, and she's being pinned by her Nana, Wanda Beardall. Awesome. I like to do that. Yeah. Then everybody's, aw. Right? Reagan Euclides Lassen, and she's being pinned by her mom, Allison Wood. Okay, perfect. I never know when the names are different, but perfect. Cynthia Ellen Rudder, and she's being pinned by her mom, Trina Esklund. Yeah, she's still up there. Yeah, you bet. Yeah. Christy Craigo, and she's being pinned by Andra Evans. Anybody? You don't care? Awesome. Okay. Jason Black, and he's being pinned by David Haskell. Thank you. Kayla Elaine Straw, she's being pinned by Lexi Ball. Awesome, Gunnarsson, perfect, okay. Well, when we come, yeah, when you get up here. Riley Miranda Spees, and she's being pinned by Julie Gunnarsson. Thank you. And you guys wrote down yours too, perfect. Oh, your mom, okay. I will, of course, I'd love to. Kimberly Keller, and she's being pinned by her mom, Julie Gunnarsson. That's, yeah, I know, right? Like wet. Jordan Brannon, she's also being pinned by Julie Gunnarsson. Thank you. Yep. Are you okay with whoever pinned you? Or, okay, awesome. Okay, yep. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Elizabeth K. Gravely. Hi. Carson Robert. Okay, perfect. And it's Strachan. Okay. And Carson Robert. Okay. Elizabeth Marie Strachan, and she's being pinned by Carson Robert. Okay, you want Lexi? Okay, sure. Mandy Muggy, and she's being pinned by Lexi Ball. Okay, perfect. And it's Wadiak. Yep. Okay. Ashley Wadiak, and she's also being pinned by Lexi Ball. Okay, perfect. McKinley Rosequist, and she's also being pinned by Lexi Ball. Yay. Shalise McKay, and she's being pinned by Dee Dee Dyer. Thank you. Morgan Taylor Quinn, and she's being pinned by Lexi Ball. Anissa Jarvis, and she's being pinned by Katrina Little. Love it. Shauna Lynn Pierce, and she's being pinned by Angie Locke. Thank you. Yeah, really, it's done. Jenny Hinton, and she's being pinned by Dee Dee Dyer. Well, it's easier for me. Yeah. I think you don't have to keep it this time either, unless you want to. Kylie Kelly, and she's being pinned by Amanda Anderson. You don't have your card. Awesome. I might be able to handle that. No. Okay, thank you. Meddy Blackburn, and she's being pinned by William Blackburn. Awesome, I love it. Okay. Oh, I like it. Just like on and on. I like it.
If I say Forest Nightingale.
Is that Joyce?
No, Forest Nightingale.
Oh.
Like be Forest Nightingale. That's
Oh,
Joyce.
no. Ashley Brianne Trujillo, and she's being pinned by Meddy Blackburn. Oh, I don't even perfect. Holly Bateman Jones, and she's being pinned by Ashley Trujillo. Okay, so what do you want me to say? You're just messing with me, right? Like always? I know, I like it. I'll miss it, right? Say, where's that Chandler when you need him, right? Chandler Lawrence Dixon.
on. On behalf of the nursing faculty, we would like to welcome the graduates to the nursing profession. I invite all graduates and nurses in the audience to please stand and recite the Florence Nightingale Pledge with me. I solemnly pledge before God and in the presence of this assembly to practice faithfully my profession of nursing. I will do in all my power to make and maintain the highest standard of practice of my profession. I will hold confidence all personal matters. I will devote myself to the welfare of my patients, my families, and my community. I will endeavor to fulfill my rights and privileges as a good citizen and take my share of responsibility in promoting the health and welfare of my community. I will constantly endeavor to increase my knowledge and skills in nursing and to use them wisely. I will zealously seek to nurse those who are ill, whomever they may be, and whenever they are in need. I will active in assisting others in safeguarding and promoting the health and happiness of mankind.
That was Dr. Jules Brindley, and we'd like to thank her for reciting the pledge. And guess what? We're done. So if the students stay where you are, can the audience please stand? I'm cueing the music for a recessional, and the audience will stay standing while you guys go out into the lobby. Graduates, brand new RNs are out in the lobby. Cue the music.